Hello and welcome to this video. This is designed to free your fascia, which is that top layer that encompasses all of your muscles. And when we move it, when we free it, we're able to open our muscles, stretch our muscles, engage, tone, do all of the things that we want and desire them to do. And it really helps us come alive because we break free of the literal tissue that's holding us from expansiveness. So, this is an incredible video to do when you're feeling stuck, beginning of the day, middle of the day, bad call, bad moment. Just use this as a gateway to feeling free in your body, which frees up space in every other aspect of your life. You need nothing but yourself and a mat or comfy floor. So let's begin in all fours. We're just going to have knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. And as you're seeing, start to move from side to side. That could be shifting into one heel and then the other. Let your head and neck move around. But we're looking to create movement in those sticky spots, in those harder to access planes, which is usually side body, because our work, our life, we usually spend sitting, standing in the vertical realm. So we're starting to shift forward and back to the diagonal, maybe bending into one elbow and the other. I'm just going to show that from the front. So you might bend into one arm, bend into the other, let your chest sink down, moving through almost a circular path. And I'll show that even more here, where we're starting to press back to your heels, pull forward, and try to feel all those little crinkles, those nooks and crannies in the body that have us holding space in a way where we're actually eliminating space, meaning we're staying in that compression. This is again about expansion. And so I've moved into circling in a different direction, but you could certainly circle from one direction to the other, do 5 in one direction, then switch. But what I'm going to be paying attention to is less of how I'm moving in every detail and more about how it feels good to move. So using this movement, again, very big or very small, as a way to free up space and know how your body ends up feeling good. And that's going to be a little bit different than how my body needs to feel good. And then we're going to move into more of a cat now, more traditional. Round your spine, look down, and start to rock from side to side. Feeling the upper back open, feeling your side body open. Then bend the elbows slightly, pull your chest forward and up. So we're pushing through the hands, pushing through the knees, rounding, rocking side to side, letting your head be super heavy. And then bending through the elbows slightly, pulling your chest forward, looking up. And then moving through that cat cow, round, wiggle around, making space. And then pull your chest forward, open, and bending the elbows to get more spaciousness. You can be shaking your head, shaking your hips, rocking side to side. But again, looking for space in the front body, back body, side body. More room in the ribs, the lungs, chest, throat, and all the while trying to release your brow. So hopefully things are already feeling a bit better. You're going to turn around to face the screen, bring one hand out, one knee down, the other leg out. So it's a bit of a side shape. Reach your top arm up. We're going to exhale, close the top arm, and then inhale, open. So we're exhale, closing the top arm, inhale, opening. We have bottom hand stacked directly underneath your top arm. So as we close, we're exhaling, getting the ribs narrow. As we open, we're inhaling, getting the chest open. So I'm adding these little extra pulses, which are helping to bring out tension in and through my back. in and through my outer hips, in and through the lungs, the upper back, all the things. And then the next time your arm is up, let's keep it up. Pulsing that open for 5, 4, noticing how much space you can make with just a little bit of time spent. Then reach the arm forward in front of you, all the way towards the back of the room, and then all the way forward again. So big circles, taking up as much space as you can. Think of driving with your elbow. So the elbow goes across your face, back, behind you, in front of you, and down. And the more we use the elbow, you might even bend the arm a little bit, the more it pulls greater space through your top side body. Then we reverse. Pull and open, reach overhead. I like a big inhale to open, and then a big exhale to ring out. Inhaling, and exhaling. Let's try 3 more. I hope this is bringing you as much opening and space and even joy as it's bringing me, as well as some really good growing pains. Bring your top hand behind your head, rotate your elbow down, and then a little pulse down with your elbow as you push your hips forward. And that's going to allow the hips to stabilize while your upper back mobilizes. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, one more time. Reach your top arm up open. Circle it up by your ear. Lower your hand down. Pivot your bottom knee so you're in all 4s along the back. We're just going to start to lift and lower them. So just feeling the back. Let's open. The leg could be slightly bent. The leg could be straight. And then we're going to keep the leg up. Lower down onto your back elbow. Open your hip. And then start to lower and lift your leg. We exhale round the spine slightly and lower. Inhale, lift the leg, look forward. Exhale, round, looking down, pushing into the floor. Inhale, lift and look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. So, secret core working because we're training the core to be the gatekeeper of the leg movement by rounding and engaging, and then inhaling and expanding. We'll do 5, 4. We're getting some of that wiggle room, some of that icky, sticky stuff that lives in and around the hip joint to free up. One more time. Keep the leg lifted and then bend the knee in towards your shoulder. Inhale, straighten and look forward. We're getting into that roundedness and then into the extension. Exhale, round. And then big inhale, extend. So yes, oblique, yes, outer glute, but also really flopping, opening the fascia, building heat. You could always stay looking down if that's just not firmly on your neck. And we got 3, 2. This time, keep your knee open, pulse it in towards your shoulder, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lower your foot towards the screen. Foot is in the same line as your knee. You can either stay on your elbow, we're going to open the top arm, or come up to your hand if that's better. I like the elbow, and I've got my hips stacked right over my knee. I'm going to actually do my hand behind my head, it feels better on my neck. But you can always have your arms straight. And here, the hips are stabilized, so we're really bringing out the waist, pushing down with the bottom forearm. Then you have 5, 4. You can always look down and focus on the upper back. 2. Now your leg is straight. Wiggle it forward and bring both hands inside your foot. You're in a slow lunge. And then we go back, so more in the frame. And if we have the front knee turned out, back knee is down. Bend the elbows slightly and pull your chest forward. Then round your spine, bend the elbows look down. Inhale, pull your chest forward and up. Exhale, round. If you practice yoga, this feels a bit and also looks a bit like a pigeon pose. We're looking to create depth in the hips and maintain that even as we lift our chest. Last time, hold here, hold down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pull forward. We can circle this arm forward. We're going to do one more time. So your arm closest to the screen starts to reach forward, up, back, and down. And we're still thinking of using the elbow, but as much as the elbow is the protagonist, we're also creating that space and mobility and access through the ribs, which is going to ring out, float, and little adhesion, most little injuries and little wounds that happen just from really being alive. Then we reverse and forward, back, reaching that forward, back, lifting, and I'm creating a bit of a groan because I'm ringing out and thus having a little bit less room in my lungs as I'm speaking in order to bend more. So there's a bit of a hiatus in order to have a restoration. The next time you reach your arm back, option to bend the back knee, grab your foot. I like the baby toe side, but you can grab the big toe side, open through your chest, little pulses, heel towards the butt. You could be grabbing the toe, keep twisting so we're ringing out. We have 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, ready? Come all the way into seated position. The leg that was in front, we're sending it out to the side. So open that leg, move the fascia a little bit, which just really feels like jiggling your muscle, jiggling your own skin. Release the arms, shake them out. And these micro movements are a bit bigger. These movements are a way to create heat and not just shake off and open up the fascia, but shake off the day. Shake off, maybe this is your morning, something that happened in the middle of the night, something that happened in your mind, something that you closed out yesterday with. And use this as like the emotional etch-a-sketch, meaning we're just gonna get rid of it or pull it out of the forefront to make space for new, make space for fresh. Then you can keep your arms down or interlace your hands behind your head. Do a little bit of a wiggling from side to side. I think of this as the backstroke. So letting one elbow lift to go up and back, and then the other. And while this is again a huge mobilizer, we're also creating a lot of strength and access into the obliques. It's going to help lengthen our spine and also allow our side body to feel really smooth, supported, and strong. Then elbow closest to the straight leg, which could also be slightly bent. We're going to side bend over and then lift up all the way. Inhale, side bend over, and exhale. Keep your bent leg hip down and heavy. So if it feels like you're tipping, make your movement smaller so that both hips stay down. That's where we're going to create very big stretch in the top of your bent leg hip. Woo. Let's try 4 more. Pull the elbow out as far as you can, and then lift. Inhale, lengthening out. Exhale, coming up. Last 2. These are a lot like side sit-ups on the reformer, but you're your own stability. There's no hook in the foot. And just side bend in opposition just to create that counter stretch. Now top arm bend or straight for 5. Move this down, forward, or up. 3, 2, shake things out. You're gonna rise back up to stand on your knees. Come down onto your other hand, sending your other leg out straight. Push your bent leg hip forward so that hip bone is stacked over the knee. Reach your top arm up and open that arm, and then exhale, close. So this side will likely feel a bit stickier and that we haven't moved it nearly as much as the other side. Big inhale to open, and think of that as making and taking of space. Exhale to let go and release. Inhale, make room. Exhale, put up a bend. Just a few more here. You can always close your eyes. You could always have your arm be bent if that's too much for you. And you can always even just pull a slight bend into the elbow if that makes us feel better. Let's do 3. Woo. Again, if we think of this as forward, the core will arrive and really start to support this, which will allow even greater bend. I always say more core, more bend. Then bring your hand behind your head if it wasn't there already. Rotate your elbow down. Push your pelvis forward. Little pulses down. And then we'll go into big inhale, opening, letting your head lean back. And then exhale, closing. Inhale, pull open, letting your head lean back. Now, moving your jaw, moving move yours too. Make sure you can move your teeth, your tongue, create space. Last 2, big inhale. And then big exhale. Last time. Then we're going to start these big arm circles. We're reaching in front, up by your ear, all the way back, forward and down. Finding as much space between your top ribs, your top hip and your top knee, your top knee and your top ankle. So we're getting this almost like a spotlight into the side body to feel where we can have more space, even if it felt a bit shut down. Really, really nice. Then reverse. So pulling the arm back, big inhale. Lift the elbow up by your ear and exhale, relinquish. Inhaling. Pull through the elbow. Exhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And exhale. Let's try 3 more. Really getting used to hearing your own breath. Then bring your hand down. Pivot your bottom knee. So we're in all fours. And then we're going to start to lift and lower your straight. If it feels good, you can add a little bend in the elbows and then more of a rounding if it lowers. Inhale, pulling. Exhale, pushing. Think of pulling your breastbone away from your navel to create more space in the front body. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Then lower onto your elbow. Open your top hip. So we're feeling that opening of the outer hip, the top waist. And do a little rock back and forth to find if you need to be further forward or further back. And then we're going to bend your top knee, pull it towards your front arm or top arm, and then lengthen. Exhale, coming forward. And then big inhale, opening. As if I'm there, pulling your ankle away from your knee and your knee away from your hip to find more space in your entire leg, but also your hip and your spine. This is a huge ripple effect. Exhaling forward. Again, we're feeling the core, but we're also making space in the hips. Think of the hips as like your motherboard, the center ground. So if we can make space, which is really an ability to be clear, we're going to operate from that operating system in a way that we can't. It just feels stale, feels untouched and uncared for, right? Movement is an incredible source of self-care because it's acknowledging all our body does every single day, no matter what. The next time we come forward, keep your knee forward. You always look down again, make sure you can move your head and pulse the knee in. You can also pulse up if that feels better. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and then send your leg, actually come into the lunge. So we're stepping the foot forward, coming on up to 2 hands. You can always tighten your fingers. This side is tighter for me, so I like to come up to my fingertips. Pull your chest forward, and then around your spine, bend your elbows, lowering your forehead towards the floor. Then inhale, pull back with the hands to the elbows and lift up your chest and chin. Exhale, round, releasing heavy head. Inhale, pull forward. I'm almost straightening my back leg to get more space. Exhale, round. Inhale, pull forward. Last two. Exhale, round. Inhale, pull forward. And stay down on this one. Little pulses down. 3, 2, 1. Pull forward. And then your arms front, closest to the screen. Initiate these big circles. Imagining that it's your elbow leading the way. And as you pull it forward, think of the back thigh lengthening. So you're able to get more space from your tailbone to the crown of your head, which creates more back flexibility, more opening, more space, more freedom. Yay. One more. And then we reverse, pulling back, looking at the arm that feels useful, and then surrendering. Inhale, pull, lift, and release. Last 3. The bigger they can be, the more we're cleaning up anything that feels stuck. We are not even sure feels stuck, right? We don't always know what's there until we go exploring. Now, keeping your hips low, bend your back knee, grab onto the back foot or maybe the back of your pants, whatever is available. Check in, moving your head and neck, and then little pulses in with your back foot towards the glutes. You can look down, look in the screen, or look back at your foot. 5, heavy through the hips. 2, 1, slowly release. Bring your hand down, step your front foot out in line with your bent knee. So we have foot in line with the knee, and then maybe lower onto your elbow. We're going to start to do a little bit more rotation. So I am liking my arm to be a little bit bent, leading from the elbow. This could be hand behind your head. And this could be arm totally straight. We're getting the last kinks out of the upper back, or the last kinks of what's available for release at this moment. Last 2. And then last time. And now bringing your hand down, we'll come up to all fours. Just settling in, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And starting to maybe press back all the way to your heels. Pull forward to all fours. Shift from side to side. Move through the elbows, your neck and head. And really notice what feels different, what feels better, what's available physically. Even psychologically, if there's a different quality to your thoughts, how you're talking to yourself, what you're noticing in and about your body. And then we'll tuck your toes, coming into a wide-legged down dog. So if you're on a mat, fingers wide as the mat. Bend the knees and shift from side to side, opening from the outer hips, your ribs, your shoulders, elbows, wrists. And then from here, come down to all fours. We're going to straighten the other leg, so leaning up and going leg on both sides. Lift through your chest, bend the elbows, pull some back, so feeling the pecs, the armpits, the biceps lengthen. And then start a little bit of a rotation here. So one elbow back, and the other, you may be hearing some snap back at the top, And if it ever feels like, we've gone too far, reduce, make the range of motion smaller. If it feels like not enough is happening, look, where can you shift the effort to make this bigger and more realized and more intentional versus just kind of, I'm here, but am I? You know, it's all about how we take hold of this experience. Where is our energy, our desire, our drive to shift how we feel? Then interlace your hands behind your head, equally press through both hips, and start to side bend over and rise up. Pull your elbow towards your straight leg foot and come on up. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, rise, rise, rise. 3 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, come on up. And I close my eyes because I just want to really be paying close attention to how and where I feel this. And it's a bit easier when we kind of pause some of the external information. Excellent. As you're ready, just bring both legs in front of you, lean back on your hands, and shake the legs out like crazy. If there's a bug on your leg, you just want it to go away. Just bringing more of the grittier stuff to the surface so that we can let go, meaning the tighter fascia, tension, patterns of adhesion. And then in more of the stillness and that reverberation, come up to sit cross-legged. Place your hands on your knees. Move your head and neck around intuitively. Wiggle from side to side through your torso. Acknowledging the space that you created for yourself in your calendar, in your day, and now really in your body. And then just placing your hands on your heart, take a moment to honor all of the effort that you put forth to be here and how clearly you have set yourself up for the rest of your day. Thank you so much.